I would suggest you to install TDM GCC from the second link if you have a newer computer. If you have an older computer that requires 32-bit executables, you should install it from the third link. Okay, so let us proceed to the actual installation process itself. Here is the installation wizard. Click on the new installation button. Again, choose 64-bit installation. Here, choose all packages instead of installing C++ only. Then let us continue the installation. The installation has finished. So let's check if the compilers have been installed correctly. Go to the command prompt and then type gfortran space -v. So it has been installed. We can see if the other compilers has been installed as well. This is the C compiler. This is the Geany ADA compiler. This is the C++ compiler. So we've finished installing the compiler, but we will still need another program to do the programming efficiently. If you want to do any large amount of programming, you'll need a specialized text editor that can handle many common programming tasks easily. Such editor is called an IDE. The IDE we are going to use is called Geany. It's a simple, lightweight, yet very powerful IDE that is available for free. We will now head over to Geany's website. Now the installation has finished. Let us now proceed to launch Geany. Okay, so here is Geany's screen. Let us maximize the window. We can create a file from the new menu or from the templates provided for various programming languages. We will create one from the new menu. Here is a new file. Then we will save it as a Fortran program. This will enable the syntax highlighting. Always remember to save your program first, then start any typing. Otherwise the syntax highlighting might not work properly. Now that the file is saved, we will start typing our second program, which will be slightly more complex than our previous one. We will start similarly with the program keyword that starts our program space sum. In this program we are going to sum two numbers whose input we are going to take from the user. The first line declares two variables named a and b, which are of the type integer. The first line an example of a variable declaration. So before we proceed any further, let us just understand what we have already done. We have declared two variables a and b, which are of the type integer. Basically, what are variables? Variables allow you to store some data in the memory of the computer, which you can later recall. In this case, we are using the variables a and b to store the data of the two input integers that we are getting from the user. At this point I have done several errors in the program, which you will see when I compile it. This is a set build commands window where you can set which commands to run for compiling the program. As you can see, the compiler throws several errors as expected. You will see that the program will compile as soon as we will correct these errors. For some reason it doesn't want to understand tab characters, so you will first have to replace the tabs with space. Before we proceed any further, let us now understand what the third, fourth and fifth lines actually mean. These are examples of input-output statements in Fortran. The read statement allows us to take an input from the user, while the write statements allows us to display some text to the user. The read statement is similar to the scanf or cin in C and C++ respectively, while the write statement is similar to the cprintf or C++ cout stream.